Respected panel of judges, ambassadors coming from all over the country, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. This is your friend A.Misban representing Manipur. So friends, basically the term patriotism talks of one's love for the country. And not only loving the country, but respecting its national values. So patriotism is an emotion that is born within. And national belief is something to do with rationality. I understand and I accept this idea and knowledge that without emotion, there will be no rationality. Still, I have a suggestion, friends. I respect the conventional understanding and interpretation of this term, this patriotism, but if we keep on defining, say for example, we prefer to call Bhagat Singh as a patriot and Gandhi as a nationalist. But if we keep on defining the term patriotism from that Bhagat perspective only, then this definition of patriotism remain as it is as an emotion. So, friends, we need to sit together to redefine the term patriotism from a very holistic approach and perspectives so that we can meet the term national building process. Because one is emotion, another is action. So bridging the emotion to the nation needs something, and that something is to redefine the term patriotism. According to my concept, if a person does his work with professional ethics, say for example, if a doctor does his work with professional ethics, if a journalist does his work with professional ethics, and in a very simple term, if a person engaging in cycle workshop does his work, think of that he is helping a person under below poverty line who can afford to buy a car for his transportation. And we're able to think that he's helping in reducing the environmental pollution which should be out of the automobile exertions. And if he's able to think that he's self-reliant, he's self-depending, he's not depending to anybody else for his livelihood, then to me, he's dignified to call as a patriot. So according to my concept, who is a patriot? It's an every citizen of this big country, India. Every one of you sitting here, you are all patriots. We are all patriots. Provided we must be issued. We must be the contributing member of the society. Maybe doctor, maybe engineer, maybe any of the profession, but you must be a contributing member of society. You must be the responsible citizen of this country to transform the country for its political, social life by friendship. Friends, it is going to be demographically, it is going to be the youngest by 2020, and it's going to be the economic power as estimated by the World Bank of India, or World Bank by 2050, economic superpower. And we have at the present report by 2006 January, as reported, we have 1.29 total populations. Out of this, more than 65% of the total population of the country is youth, which are under 35 years of age. They're ready to transform not only our economy and society, but also responsible. And they're going to be the workforce and work engine of the world. But the question and problem that we are having is, if we don't provide them, we don't educate them, train them properly, if we keep on sticking to invest only a lesser amount of percentage of GDP in education, for example, at present we have 3.3% only of GDP investing in education sector, when the global average is 4.6%. If we keep on investing in such manner, then something, it will be beyond our expectation. And not only that, we have to speed up. We have to work effectively to transform the economic, social, and political life of the country. If this is not done, then this demographic dividend, which we are proud of, will become demographic disaster, mind you. This will be a demographic disaster, and the outcome would be eventually will be very bad for us. So for instance, let me give an example. According to International Labour Organization, the work participation rate of a woman of India is only 27%. I cannot accept such a low percentage from the greatest democratic country in the world, that also an emerging economic power in the world. Why? Because we have problems, and we are sending a message to the world that we have a problem on social security. We have a problem on women's security. Youths are having a frustrated life. This is not good. Let me just give another fine example. In 2015, January and February, across 181 police stations in Delhi, 300 rape cases were recorded and 600 molestations were recorded. This is vulnerable. See, without the contribution of the woman, a national building process cannot move forward. So we need to respect it. That's my point. And government has to move into this matter because we have launched so many schemes and programs. But this shows that we haven't reached to the targeted people. So reaching to the unreached should be the next agenda, should be the next priority of the government of India. And most importantly, the peoples, these parents, what they have to do is that they have to teach to the young minds the value system of the family values, which is very important. See, during the Renaissance periods, revival Indian periods, our leaders have taught to the world, taught to the Europeans, the Western countries, that our cultures of civilization is the best. They have already admitted that India is a melting pot of the various kinds of religion, is the birthplace of saints, sagas, and lot many things, caste, creed, religion. And even they admitted that India is a cradle of civilization. So parents, we have to teach the young mind. We have to teach the young mind the family values through Indian culture and tradition. They should be made understand of what is our culture and traditions. And only that we can just tell them, yes, no doubt they can be made to expose to Western culture, not to westernize, but to modernize themselves, to modernize this changing, giving a changing system in our society. And if there is a changes in system, and if the system is accepted by the society, then the government should have to provide the avenues to practice and propagate the change system, this coming up in the system. That should be done from the government side. So both the parents, but the government, they need to approach with the effective approachment, with effective strategy to reach the unreached people, to make the young mind vibrant and spirited, to make them a builder, or so-called the participant in the national building process. Friends, simply hosting the tricolor will not prove you that you are a patriot of this country. But today, if you want to define yourself in this contemporary world, if you want to define yourself as a patriot, then you have to stand against corruption. We have to stand against poverty, we have to stand against unemployment, social injustice, social insecurity. And we have to stand for women empowerment. For that, we need to have national character. See, Japan is not blessed naturally. They don't have natural advantages. Yet, they are coming up as one of the superpower, economic power in the world. Why? Because they have this national character. So we should have this, a kind of national character. The national character of what? National character of courage. The punctuality, the hard work, sincerity, conviction, and the determination to take India higher and higher and to tell the world that India is coming. Not only that, after acquiring all this national character, we have to expose to our field, the interested field, and we have to serve back to the society. And not only that, we have to remember the term respecting the differences. See, India is better known for its unity in diversity. So a lot many differences, political aspiration, culturally, regional, environmental, then caste, creed, language, a lot many differences are there. Still, we are telling that India is a country known for its unity and diversity. So if you want to sustain, not restore, okay, but sustain the spirit of unity and integrity, the harmony of the people living in the country, then we have to focus on a certain term. Means respecting the difference out of value setting. The people living in the Kashmir should easily access and should accept the culture and traditions of the people living in the Kanyakumaris. Same as the case, people living in Manipur should have to think and should have to respect the culture and traditions the way the people of Gujarati is living. Such is the value setting that we have to focus on. And that is the very particular principle behind the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Ek Bharat, Shrestha Bharat. What kind of Shrestha Bharat? The Shrestha Bharat of unity in diversity. And one thing what we have to understand is, if you want to transform the economic, political, and social life of the country, please respect women. That is what is being sent out for Beti Bachao, Beti Bachao, Beti Parao. So we have lot many, Make India, Scheme India, Startup India, Stand Up India, all these are telling that we just have to transform, we just have to participate not only in the political sphere, but also in economic life of the country. And very importantly, Swachh Bharat mission is not a mission in the office, it is a national mission. So it can be accomplished only when it is put into practice with the national character. When Swachh Bharat mission becomes national character, it can be accomplished. And that should be taken forward by the youth of this country, because we are accounting 65% of the total population of the country. If Swachh Bharat mission becomes a failure by 2019, it is not going to be the failure of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It's going to be the failure of the Indian youth, because This is because of our insensitivity that we are going to make this mission a failure mission. So let's take India a greater height and tell the world that we are coming. Thank you.